I'm here at the beautiful Sekhmet Temple just outside of Las Vegas, and I'm going to tell you this story as best as I can with this bright desert sun in my eyes. Okay, so in this episode, I wanted to talk about the time that I went to Mount Ida, Arkansas. So me and my friend E.T.s, who I had met in my Reiki class. Quick backstory on her, actually. I knew that I was going to meet my Pleiadian sister, like my star family sister, my soul sister. I knew that I was going to meet her. I don't know how. I just had this feeling that I was going to meet my sister, and she was going to be older than me, and I didn't know if I was going to meet her in Vegas or California, but I knew that once we met, we were going to be like best friends, and we were going to be together for like the rest of our lives. Anyway, so she's coming with me on this Starseed crystal mining retreat in Mount Ida, Arkansas. And this trip was so interesting. I did not expect Arkansas to have this kind of energy, but apparently there is a massive record keeper Atlantean crystal that was buried like right under the spot or something. So the energy there is just like out of this fucking world, amazing. So it was like a group of us, probably 40 or 50, all Pleiadian starseeds in this group, and I was having like severe social anxiety because I don't do well with like groups of people where like I don't know anybody, so I was just having a really hard time. But we all had to like go around the room and introduce ourselves and tell a little bit about like our journey or whatever. And I like started having anxiety attacks, so I had to leave, and then Lentis came and checked on me and see if I was okay, and then brought me back. And so I was the last one to share my story, and when I stood up and I just gave them like the brief short description of pretty much all of my YouTube videos so far, like all these experiences that I've had, and everybody's jaw was like on the floor. They could not believe like my experiences, and they were all like, oh my god, because like most of them had not seen a UFO before. So like my stories about like seeing these UFOs and meeting with these aliens in person, everybody was like, oh my god, like can you show us some shit? You know? So yeah, there was a lot of interesting things that happened on this trip. Ben was very much there with me, and his energy was strong. It was funny, actually. One night, me and Lentis went out. There was like this gazebo thing, and we went over there just to like look at the stars over the lake, because there was a lake there too. And the cicadas were so loud that we were trying to sit there and like meditate, and we could not concentrate, and I could feel Ben's energy, like I knew that he was there. And there was this one bug that was so loud, and it was like right next to us, and I was like, oh my god, I cannot concentrate. Ben, shut that bug up. And then immediately it stopped. So that was just something funny that happened, and that was the first time that like Lentis had experienced Ben's energy. So that was really cool. And then we could hear them just the same way that we had experienced them in Florida, me and Jesse. It was kind of the same thing where like we could it was really dark, so we could hear the footsteps and I could sense their energy, like I knew that they were right there. So and she felt it too, so it was just really cool that she was able to kind of like have that experience too. So I was having really bad social anxiety, but I felt my spirit guides kicking my ass to bring some magic to these starseeds. And because people kept asking me, because they heard like my stories or whatever, and they were like, "Oh my god, like please take us out. Like I've never seen a UFO before. I want to see a UFO." And my spirit guides were like kicking my ass, like, "Go, take them out." And so I was like, one night I was just like, okay. So there was a small group of people just hanging out in our cabin, and and I was just like, hey, like, do you guys want to go out and see some UFOs? And they're like, oh my god, yes. So I took a group of maybe like 6 people or something, and I did this 2 nights in a row. Where I took a group of people, it was like 6 people or so, out to this spot by the lake, just wherever I was drawn to. And I was like, okay, 100% chance we're going to see a UFO because they're literally always wherever I am. Like, ever since all my shit happened, there is not a single time where I could walk outside and not see a UFO. Like, they're always there now. They're just always fucking there. So, 100% chance we're going to see a UFO. All right, let's go. So, I brought them out to the lake, and, oh my god. They were really out to play. And this was during the total solar eclipse that happened like a couple years ago or whatever. So the energy was just like extra intense, I think. But I just remember like this other girl was kind of like, oh, let's go under the bridge. Someone said that this was like a portal or whatever, and I was not being drawn that way. But so I was kind of like, I want to go this way, but I didn't really say anything. I was just kind of like, I don't know, like, should I tell them that we should go over here? And then this is so fucking hilarious. So I hear this like, and then I like look to my right, and it's this like stereotypical flying saucer that is just like going like right over the water. And they're just like, hey, like over here. And it just went like right by me, and I was like, what the fuck? And like before I could even, like, I hit Lenties, and I was like, oh my god, look. And she just caught like the tail end of it, but nobody else saw it because they were trying to go under the fucking bridge. So I just told them what I saw, and I was like, okay, we're definitely supposed to be over here. So I brought them to like the edge of the lake, and you know, I do my thing, I do my meditation, I'll call them in or whatever. And so this one, the one that just went by, was still kind of like hanging out over there, and now people were starting to see it. Like, you could hear it, and you could see like the light where I was hanging out by the water. And then we just had all kinds of shit go crazy. So we had, we're like in the woods, right? Like, this whole thing is like woods, and then there's a lake in front of us. So over here there was woods, and I was picking up on some grays energy, and another girl also picked up on that energy, and she also saw that they were grays. And she said that she felt like they were trying to communicate with her, but she was scared. So I was like, no, don't be scared. So I kind of like brought her to the side, and I was like, no, like, I've had a lot of experience with the Greys, and they're amazing. There's absolutely nothing to be afraid of. If they want to connect with you, you should try and connect with them. See what they have to say. They're usually really funny. And so they made the connection, and she was actually able to telepathically communicate with them. And they just have such a fucking sense of humor. Nobody would ever think this about the Greys, but God, they're hilarious. Like, they're really witty, they're really funny. So they started cracking jokes with her, and it made her feel more comfortable. And that was just a magical moment that I helped facilitate her first interaction and connection with aliens. Oh my God, that's amazing. And then we had some other crazy shit happen. There was a triangular ship that just kind of appeared underneath the water in front of us, and it was just below the surface, but it was like so clear, like triangular ship, and everybody saw it. There's no way you could miss it. It was right there. And so they were all out. Like, people were seeing crazy, like, shooting stars or falling stars or the shit going, like, straight up or whatever. You're seeing, like, stars move and, like, ships up here and there's a ship there. And a lot of the people in the group have never, nobody had ever had this sort of experience with UFOs before. So there was some panic. There was some real fucking panic. And I had to, like, calm them down. And I feel like this is part of where I really realize my mission is I want to help create these, like, magical experiences for people and really help them. This is why I'm making this whole fucking series, to help people not be afraid of these E.T.s, because they are trying to make contact with more of us, and it's really, really, like, a magical and amazing experience, and there's nothing to be afraid of. So, like, I get really, really excited whenever there is, like, some sort of, like, contact happening or, like, UFO or whatever. Like, no matter how many times it happens to me, I'll never fucking get used to it. So I start getting really excited, and I'm so animated. So I'm like, oh my God, and I, like, start jumping up and down or whatever. And then and I'm also kind of, like, communicating, and Ben is here. So Ben is communicating with me, and he's doing his thing because he's fucking hilarious and he's cracking jokes, and I'm, like, telling them what he's saying, and they're laughing, so it's making them more comfortable. And then I'm like, okay, let's sit here and meditate and try and connect with them. And so I helped, like, calm everybody down a lot, because people were, like, some of these people were really panicking and they were about to, like, freak the fuck out and leave. And I was like, no, there's nothing to be afraid of. They're just, like, there's so much love and there's so much magic here, and there's so much personality, and they're funny. They really do have, like, a personality. So for me to help, like, translate that and explain to them what's going on, because I've experienced it so much already, it was really, really amazing and magical to help these people, these Starseeds, have their first contact. It was such a beautiful experience. But yeah, anyways, I hope to do this for a lot more people in the future, and I'm starting to try and figure out ways that I can do this with more people, but I think making these videos is the first step. So thank you guys so much for watching. Many more amazing alien experience stories to come. Thank you. See ya.